Kevin Fuller, James Bolosan, Ray Passion, along with Adam Marshall. And the spotlight official, his headlinesman Pat Gallagher, now in his 8th season, 6th with the OIA, works primarily in the wing positions as well as a JV referee. Pat is a practicing attorney in Honolulu, and this Kailua resident is married with 3 children as well. So they'll get ready for the coin toss. We'll get ready for kickoff. Final spot into the state tournament on the line. Farrington and Waianae next.
Happy?
That was so tasty.
Welcome home, honey.
Very good. Yeah,
I know it's your favorite.
thanks, Mom.
Zippy's, your first stop when coming home.
Part of local friend and folk culture since 1966.
Introducing the latest and greatest enhanced DVR from Oceanic Time Warner Cable. So when nobody's home tonight and 6 great shows are on TV, whose show gets recorded? Everybody's. Record up to 6 shows at once. That's more than the phone company. Plus, you'll be able to record up to 600 hours of programming, meaning you'll never miss out on your favorite shows again. Call 643-2337 to get yours today. Enhanced DVR. Another reason why everything's better with Oceanic Time Warner Cable.
All right, the team comparison here, Coach.
Waianae big on the ground, 250 yards. Farrington with a very balanced attack. Again, we said those numbers kind of fell off as the season went along. Waianae a whopping 42 points a game on offense. On defense, both teams giving up around 28, 23 points a game, right in that area. And both teams very stingy against the run, but Farrington 74 yards only per game against the rush. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see if they can stop this wing T attack by the Sea Riders.
And not a bad crowd here that we have in central Oahu. It is also Halloween night, and those youngins that have decided to spend their Halloween here in Mililani, very thankful to have you with us. A pretty strong Waianae contingency that made the trip from the west side. The Farrington side of the bleachers, not as many fans, but they do have their band, and there will be loud as this evening moves forward.
You know, again, I think a lot of that has to do with the Waianae JV just finished playing, and a lot of those fans, you know, stayed here for the varsity game as well.
Of course, a very busy night in prep football. That's an adorable costume right there. Enterprise scores around town. This is in the MIL Division II, Lahaina Luna and Maui. It is the Lunas on top by 2 scores. Huge implications in that. The winner of that game represents the league heading into the state tournament, which begins next Friday.
There's Jason.
A West Side Jason from Waianae.
Don't want to run into that guy in an alley.
Day or night. And you get to see part of Gov Nation who've felt the pains through these last 5 weeks. Look at some of their losses. To Mililani for the Governor's homecoming night in the stadium. Allowed the most points in school history, 71-28. Then lost to Kapolei in a road game for the Governors. And then coming off that blanking from the Red Raiders, 43-0. This is a team that's only won 1 OIA championship. And that was in 1990. The head coach, the legendary Skip Adias. But again, as we mentioned at the top of the show, Farrington somehow just finds a way to win. It's almost hard to believe that they've made the state tournament each of the last 4 seasons. But when you look at each of those classes, they've been led by terrific talents, particularly in the backfield in the run game. The Labatais, the Taumuas of the world. Guys like Shanlafa Amatau, Freedom Alualu have to pick up the slack here and try and spark it early.
You know, Farrington they're always loaded with talent on both sides of the football, and they may not have, you know, won just that one championship, but no one thinks that they're not a threat to win it in any given year. They're always a threat. They're always a team that is in the States and always battling right to the very end. If they're not second, third, or fourth, they're right there. And, you know, obviously Coach Okimoto would like to have his team ascend to the throne and be the OIA champions, but they're in the hunt every single year.
Waianae has been one of the bright storylines in this 2015 season as well. Dropped a game to Kamehameha, 33-13, August the 7th to start the season. Then rallied off 6 straight victories before suffering their loss against Kahuku, and then had a tough game on their home field against a very game Kailua squad. Could have been the underdog, really. It was viewed that way, at least when you look at them on paper, but won that one by 15, 37-22. Waianae hasn't been to the state tournament since 2010, and that was the same year they went to the state final. Puletua Wilson in there in a year where St. Louis won the state championship.
Behind Marcus Mariota.
The 25th meeting between these two since 1977. Waianae leads the series 16-8. But this is the 9th meeting that these two teams have met in the OIA postseason. Waianae leads that series as well, 5-3. A lot of energy, a lot of anticipation heading into this one. Nerves are going to be an all-time high. It is a one-game season. Waianae won the toss and deferred. Barrington will receive it here to start us off. Quarterback situation for Barrington has been a bit in question. They've tried to utilize Wahinui and Raposa. Raposa has been the guy all season long, but his production has been a little bit rocky over these last few games. But if anybody can steer it back, it is a junior that is hungry to help lead his team straight into the state's big dance.
One big matchup to watch tonight will be this mammoth offensive line of the Governors versus that huge defensive line of the Sea Riders. That's going to be fun to watch. Some trench warfare to keep an eye on.
A team, for the most part, has averaged more than 300 yards of beef from the front 5 for Barrington. Tate Ebel getting ready to kick it away. Ryota Koni and Chalin Fa'amatau back deep to return. Off we go from John Ka'inana Stadium. This is chased down by Ryota Koni as this one is stalked out of bounds. And a flag is out. And up on the mic for the first time is Scott Smith.
Free kick out of bounds by the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Free kick will be replayed from the 35-yard line.
Try and give another chance for 2 solid return men for Farrington to give him good field position here. Corny has been awesome from his linebacker and defensive back positions. 4 interceptions this year. But sometimes goes unnoticed is his ability to return the ball. Just keep it away from Chalin and keep it away from Ryota, and that was the idea for Tate Ebel. It has been scorching throughout the day. There's no breeze whatsoever here in Mililani.
It feels like the dog days of August right now.
Or the final day of October. So here we go again, Ebel to tee it up. 1 spot, 1 shot. Here we go. This is a short kick, high bouncer. Anakalea off his fingertips and then just reeled it in. Good heads-up play there from Anakalea.
Boy, that time a squib kick, kind of a hard squib, meant to be a tough ball to handle, but Alualu just knocks into Anakalea. That's a big body to be knocking into.
Field position not bad at their own 35-yard line. And they go Thunder and Lightning next to Raposa. Alualu to the right, Fa'amatau to the left. And the first give for Chalin Fa'amatau. Found a crease and got a nice first down run to the 41-yard line. Gain of 6. The Zippy starting lineups look like this offensively for the Govs. Raposa in at quarterback, Alualu and Fa'amatau with the fullback and running backs, respectively. Kingston Moses Sanchez, Jathan Chafin, as we mentioned, coming off that 63-yard season-high performance against Aiea, along with Kingsley Moses Sanchez. Up on the line, for Tongia along with Sevao. Help anchor it. Fa'amatau into the secondary. Made a hard cut and took it inside Sea Rider territory to the 38-yard line. Pickup of 21 first down yards. Noah Kealoha, part of the linebacking core here in the Zippy starting defensive lineups for the Sea Riders. He has had quite a second half of the season. Gonzalez, as we mentioned, has been awesome as well. Had 2 sacks a year ago, but he's made some big-time plays. Some of the players to look out for. Joey Nu'uanu Kuhi'iki, the defensive lineman as well. And right now, Farrington, pretty good position here. Third play of the drive. Fa'amatau slipped away and then just dove forward to get a couple more yards.
Fa'amatau is just gashing this defense right now. You look at his numbers, over 1,000 yards, almost 6 yards per carry. And this is a large D-line. They got guys like Micah Tuatasi, who's 6'2", 350. And also big number 50, Ailua Feletoa, who's 6'2", 280. But that big O-line moving some earth right now.
It'll bring up second down. Moses Sanchez, the motion man. And Fa'amatau across the right side. And a ball popped out. And it looked like it was recovered by Farrington, by one of the linemen here. Spencer Aupa'au, the 332-pound senior.
These are some big D linemen. Look at big number 63 for Farrington. The big offensive lineman, Malachi Lewis Molitao, 6 feet, 372, and he's pulling, a pulling guard. Amazing.
He's only the second biggest boy up on that offensive line. 69, Leeboy Moananu. Over 4 bills. Moses Sanchez got a block from Chafin, stayed in bounds, and banged out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Good gain of 10.
And early on, Farrington's offense having their way, the quick throws, the runs outside, and their playmakers making plays with the ball in space, and they're going hurry up here and really confusing the defense of Waianae early.
Fa'amatau will dot the I. Raposa coming off a 10 for 21, 65-yard performance last week to give to the fullback Freedom Alualu. Rush attempt 47 of the season. This one's for about 3 yards. Dane Evangelista makes a stop. Pretty impressed with how Farrington has come out. Establishing the ground attack. Doing pretty well at it.
You know, I think the game plan early on for Farrington is to put a lot of pressure on the Waianae defense and put up a couple of quick scores and try to force the Waianae offense out of their run game.
That's tough for teams like Kahuku or Waianae really to play catch-up ball, but if Farrington can jump out in front and at least apply some of that pressure, he made a good point. Make them pass the ball a little bit more. Might work. Raposa puts it up for grabs, tipped by Fa'amatau and incomplete. Deflected off. Challen could not bring it down. Enterprise scores around town. This is for the New City Nissan Girls Volleyball Division I Championship. Kamehameha Kapalama, the runners up from the ILH. Up in the match 2-0, 27-25, 25-20 over the top seed in the tourney, Iolani. And Rory Kim, Kevin Wong have that for you on channel 1020. X-Gas. Fa'amatau on the toss back. This is going to be blown dead. Fa'amatau might have just shifted a little bit.
Ball start on the offense, number 13. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
And really, that play was dead in the water. They were going to lose 5 yards no matter what happened on that play. Waianae did a great job smelling that out.
And now on 3rd and long, Alualu can try and pass protect. Some movement up front. Everybody stays put for the Sea Riders. How many coming after Raposa? 3rd and long, Raposa for Chafin. Incomplete. Over the top, but he was guarded by Messiah Brame.
And under pressure, also number 18, Brandon Hattori, the 5'10", 215-pound linebacker, came on in an inside linebacker blitz and forced Raposa to let it go early.
Again, with Kekoa Sasooka transferring from Farrington to Kahuku, Farrington does not have a kicking game. They've had 7 different guys attempt extra points this season.
And no field goal kicker.
4th and long. Raposa chased out by Milo. Throwing downfield. It is brought in by Kingsley Moses Sanchez. But Moses Sanchez is going to be short of the first down stick, and a flag is out now. We'll check the penalty marker here.
Raposa, boy, the way he holds the football, kind of scary. But I like the way he moves out of the pocket. Zips it to Moses Sanchez.
It's Kalakaua Park star right there. You hand the football out. You're playing with your boys at the park.
Look like Molokai Sweetbread.
Okay, the line of game was not made. After the play, personal foul on the, excuse me, on the offense. Number 5, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And so, Waianae hangs tough after some deep threats from Farrington. Able to force the turnover on downs.
So not only not get the first down, but get a 15-yard penalty after moving the ball so well. That's a victory for Waianae. A bend but don't break effort on defense.
And so, Waianae's offense out onto the field. Here is Jaren Ulu, 882 passing yards so far this season. This is a toss back and a double toss deep down the field. It is caught. Isaiah Freeney, see you later. Touchdown.
And the first play from scrimmage, there's fireworks for the Sea Riders. Isaiah Freeney, who has some jets.
It went to Ambrosio, then tossed to Freeney. The first pass attempt of the season for the junior Ambrosio is good for a 69-yard touchdown.
The halfback pass, an old staple of football.
Wow. Ebel is able to knock it through. Wow. Happy Halloween, everybody. Sugaration, the opening drive for the Sea Riders. Ambrosio to Freeney. 69 yards and all the way home. 7-0 Westside.
Pizza Hut has made pizza and breadsticks even more awesome because now they're together as one. And with these 2 amazing dipping sauces, it got me thinking, everything is better together. May have a few wrinkles to work out.
2 times the flavor, 2 times the fun. Bring home the flavor with the Twisted Crust Pizza and 2 dipping sauces. Add a 2-liter Pepsi for $2. Only at Pizza Hut.
How's the wife?
She's good. It's good.
Believe. Achieve. Remember. Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official provider of OC16 Sports.
Hey, Mike's Engraving and Trophies is the official trophy provider of OC16 Sports. For all your special achievements, call Ryan at Mike's Engraving and Trophies, 486-5220. They're located behind Cutter Ford in Aiea. What a start here for Waianae. Ulu to Ambrosio to Freeney to the house. 7-0. Farrington, it's your turn. Onside kick. Squeezed through, but reeled in by Finau Walter. Right at the 44-yard line.
So Waianae, after Farrington came out with a no-huddle look and trying to score quickly, Waianae they'd score quickly, and then they come out with the onside kick. It's all about momentum here.
And the ball at the 35-yard line to start the drive. This second drive starts at the 45. For Amatal, across the right side, he is stopped. Gains a couple. Flag is out. Noah Kealoha, the linebacker, makes a stop.
And that's going to be a personal foul on Farrington. They're going to call the fullback, Alualu, for pushing after the play.
After the play, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on the offense, number 4. 15-yard penalty, be second down.
In games like this, with all the pressure, you have to control your emotions. We saw it in the JV championship game between Waianae and Kahuku. And right now, that penalty puts them way back at the 30-yard line. Alualu and Fa'amatal back there. Raposa dropping back, taking a shot from Moses Sanchez. Oh, he got it! He's all the way home. Touchdown, Farrington.
Kingston Moses Sanchez, 69 yards. Wow. So we have back-to-back 69-yard scoring plays through the air. And Moses Sanchez, and we've seen him do this all season long, is what an explosive playmaker, and only a junior.
Wow.
Who would have thunk both Waianae and Farrington would have back-to-back matching 69-yard touchdown passes? I love OIA football.
Awesome stuff here as this one squeaks through after the kick from Bishop Raposa. His first extra point made this season. Another different kicker here for the Govs. Back to the touchdown.
Play action. A lot of time. Raposa lets it go. Beautiful pass. And then Moses Sanchez not going to catch him.
Moses Sanchez's 8th touchdown of the year. Raposa's 15th toss in 2015 for Kingston, who again missed the last 2 games of last season because of a concussion injury that he had, but made him more dedicated to his workouts. Woke up at 5 a.m. 3 times a week just to work out. He gained 20 pounds from a season ago and makes a significant impact already. 2 catches, 79 yards.
We're just getting started.
7:51 to play. 4 minutes and 9 seconds off the clock. We knew this was going to be a battle. And it has proven itself so far for the first few drives. Finau Walter, who has been a phenom for Farrington, puts the boot into it. Waianae, what you got? Inside the 10. This is Ambrosio. Got a block from Town. Ambrosio going to be chased out there. Ambrosio escorted to the sideline. We do have a flag down here. We have a couple of penalty markers down.
I like this kid, Ambrosio. He is so quick. Change of direction is unreal.
Here's a zippy starting lineups offensively. Ulu, Town, Pontes, Borge, Valdez. Solid 4 players here on the offensive side. Manga and Freeney, who had the touchdown earlier. Kikila, Misipati, Manga, Jenks, and Kapua. We're at the 11. This will be a blindside block against Waianae. Josiah Viliamu on special teams, the guilty party. I mentioned the penalty that took it back for Farrington. Didn't phase him. Still scored 69 yards to the end zone. They mark this one right around the 13-yard line. Jeremy Ulu, first year in the varsity team. He won a JV championship for Waianae last season. 20-0 victory over Kahuku. His poise and his maturity has been so special to watch since August when we had him against Moanalua on XCast. And a handoff for Royce Carrick. Carrick is 22nd rush of the season. He is knocked down. Here's the Zippy's defensive lineups here. Key players to look out for: Wesley Ulung-Alusula. He's been terrific all year long. Chipa Ulung-Alusula. And number 10, he comes in for William Prescott, who's out with a shoulder injury. Not going to start, but will play. Finau Walter, the linebacker, 4 sacks this season. He's got a fumble recovery, 5 extra points as well. It'll be a tall task to see how they can contain this wing T. And Ulu lets it go, incomplete, intended for Jurek Valdez.
You know, I really love watching Finau Walter play, not because of the flowing blonde mane sticking out of his helmet, but he's one of those classically built middle linebackers, big number 33. You know, the other guy is Andrew Aneki, and take a look at that mane. It's like, it's Simba-like. You know, the other guy is Andrew Aneki, who can do so many things, number 11. He plays outside linebacker. He can cover down on a slot. He can blitz. He's their most versatile guy on defense.
This is a 3rd down. Ulu, a deep drop, trying to set up a screen. This is complete on the far side by Kana'i Maunga. And Maunga sprinting for a 1st down at the 28-yard line.
A penalty marker on the play.
Joy Ma'ai able to knock him down. Already busy on the mic is Scott Smith.
Holding on the offense, number 67. After this is the goal, replay 3rd down.
Wow.
And that's tough, you know, holding. And that's that big right tackle, Onesimus Clark, who goes 6'5", 290.
Onesimus, the former Campbell Sabre, transferred a couple seasons ago to set up a 3rd and long. 3rd and a dozen for Waianae. 1 play, 1 pass, 1 touchdown. That's what happened on the first drive. This one taking a little bit more effort. This ball skips away. Ulu scoops it up. Trying to throw it, still in the end zone, puts it up for grabs, and it's brought in. Kate Ambrosio. Some improvisation there.
What a play by Jaron Ulu, the quarterback. A terrible snap. Had to go down and get it. The screen guy wasn't there. And Ambrosio, who's such a shifty guy, and that time got away with a late tap there by a Farrington defender.
Ambrosio, 13 yards and a 1st down for him. 5th reception of the season. It's a big one, keeps the drive alive. This is a handoff for Jurek Valdez. Knocked down by Wesley Ulung-Alusula. Valdez coming off an 18-carry, 99-yard performance last week against Mililani.
Again, if you're an OIA fan and you love physical football, you're looking at 2 physical football teams, 2 physical run games. Farrington and Waianae. Some classic stuff here tonight.
2nd and 2, another tight formation. They'll pitch it out. This is for Kate Ambrosio. Ambrosio knocked down by Coney. He's escorted to the sideline at the 33-yard line. Near the 1st down stick.
Again, I really like this Ambrosio kid. He's so good in space. He's got great jets. He can do a lot. He needs to be featured a lot on screens, on reverses, whatever way you can find open space and get him the ball. He will make big things happen.
And again, sometimes he gets lost in the shuffle with the likes of Pontus Borge and Town and Moniz Hopeao and Valdez, but some of those other secondary guys like Ambrosio, who just shows up and goes to work.
So many moving parts with this Waianae offense.
Trying to grind them out again. And we have movement everywhere.
Encroachment On the defense, number 51, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Asalemo Sila. Not a bad drive that's building here for Waianae. And again, flags everywhere.
Snap infraction. On the offense, number 62, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Enterprise scores around town. Let's check it out. Things getting a little interesting here. Look at Iolani in that third set. 25-12. It's a 2-1 advantage now in the match for Kamehameha Kapalama in the best of 5 for the Division I state championship in girls volleyball.
Iolani fighting back, saying, hey, it's not over yet, gang.
HBA swept Les Jardins earlier, and they captured their Division II championship. First and 10 from the 33. Little hit as he tried to toss it out. Here's Valdez, and Valdez is spilled for a loss of 1. Joey Ma'ai, the linebacker. His cousin Kingston Ma'ai, the solid defensive athlete here for Mililani. And Ma'ai clan, spectacular all season long.
What a great job by Ma'ai of stringing this option play out.
And Ma'ai has had to deal with a broken finger earlier this year. Had to wear a cast through the first half of the season. Here's a false start.
Snap infraction. On the offense, number 60, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Enterprise scores around town. We gave you the OIE Division I JV Championship. This is the OIE D2 JV title. Radford defeats Nanakuli for the second straight year, 22-14. So Radford and Kahuku come out with the sweeps for their respective squads in OIE championships.
Radford and Kahuku with the daily double.
Of course, we saw Radford defeat Nanakuli in the regular season in OC16. In a battle in the Valley. Congratulations to the Rams. Ulu, play action, lets it go. And this is Kate Ambrosio. And Ambrosio tumbles down past the 30. On the 32-yard line. And a gain of 5 is going to set up another 3rd and long.
See Ulu here. Ball nearly tipped. But Ambrosio, man, he's a jitterbug.
And that's something that he takes a lot of pride in. Just his mental approach in the game and his footwork that he's worked hard in the offseason. And a little bit more of a rounded player, a rounded quarterback. More flags. My goodness.
False start. On the offense, number 20, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
It's the 10th flag we've seen in this first quarter alone.
We're getting back to that type of jitterbug. You know, one of the offensive coordinator here is Kana Kavai. And I'll get back to him in a minute.
Ulu takes his snap. Ulu with the throw, too tall for Ambrosio.
And Kana Kavai, the offensive coordinator for Waianae, is the last starting quarterback when Waianae won the OIA championship back in '97. They beat the Campbell Sabres, where I was the head coach at the time, in the OIA championship. And I remember him, Kana Kavai, for being so slippery. In fact, his nickname was Ba Soap because he was so slippery. And Kate Ambrosio kind of has some of those same qualities.
And there is Kana Kavai right behind Sharon Ulu.
Legal participation on the offense, number 62. He continued to participate in the play after his helmet came off. Also, by rule, he must sit out for 1 play. Replay, third down.
Things building up here for Waianae in a negative way, marching back. We are at the half as we check out some Enterprise scores around town. Lahaina Luna on top of Kamehameha Maui, 14-0. Again, the winner of that represents the league heading into the 6-team Division II state tournament. Well, Waianae has controlled the clock. They've been moving backwards a whole lot. This is a 3rd and 30. They'll spread them out. Moniz Hobeao. And Ulu will throw deep down the field. It is intercepted. Taken away by Cody Leu. His 4th interception this season.
You know, not a bad play. It's like a punt for Waianae. Jaron Ulu just letting it go.
Wow. And a pick against Iolani, 1 against Aiea, and his first interception since the Campbell game, October the 3rd. And now the momentum shifts back the other way here for Farrington. Fa'amatau 5 carries, 33 yards.
And he was featured heavily in the first series of this game.
Raposa got rid of it quick for Kingston Moses Sanchez. What a spin move, and Moses Sanchez on spin cycle takes it for 10. Evangelista and Quijano make the stop.
What a great job also by the hurry-up offense of Farrington, not waiting for Waianae to get set up. As soon as the ball was placed by the referee, they were ready to go.
I'm going to put Fa'amatau in the right slot. Alualu is the back. 1st and 10, Raposa climbs the pocket, lets it fly for Moses Sanchez. Made contact with the defender, like it was incidental, incomplete.
Fa'amatau was wide open in the right slot. In fact, he was uncovered. He had a safety over him. The safety capped him at about 10 yards. He ran an out pattern, was wide open. Raposa did not see him.
The arm strength from Bishop Raposa. Guy who looks up to Russell Wilson, YouTubes his clips, tries to find some inspiration through there. Right now he's facing a 2nd and 10. From the 38, it's a rush for Fa'amatau. Then a high step his way to the 35-yard line. Pickup of 3.
Fa'amatau, just a basic stretch play, and that time the turf gnome got him.
He's going to face another 3rd down and 7 for Fa'amatau. 6 rushes, I should say, 36 yards. With 3rd and 7, going to force to air it out. Raposa, the strike for Chafin. Chafin grabbed by Messiah Brame after Chafin takes it to the 29-yard line.
It brings up 4th and 1. Look for thunder and lightning to be involved here in this offensive play. There's no kicker. They're going to go for it.
You've had to face a guy like Challen Fa'amatau, and you and your staff have done a good job of trying to defend him. How do you guard a guy like Challen, who does so many things so well?
Well, everything, your entire game plan has to go into try to stop Challen Fa'amatau. If you can't stop him, you lose the game. And he is the focal point of everything that they do. You have to game plan around him. What we did all week in practice, we put a maroon helmet cap over the person that was Fa'amatau. Wherever he went, lined up in the slot, we knew where he was.
Here's Fa'amatau racing for a 1st down. And he'll take it to the red zone. Toto Milo makes the stop.
But it's not enough to know where he's at. You know, you got to, the mental part of the game is yes, you got to know where he's at. You have to game plan, cancel every gap, and make sure that you're aware of him. But then comes the physical part. You got to defeat your block. You got to make sure you square up and gang tackle and hold on, because he is such a force to be reckoned with when he runs the ball, especially as a cutback runner.
What you and Brett Heva has done to guard him was pretty solid in the regular season. And this one is swung out for Kingston Moses Sanchez to the 16-yard line. Noah Kealoha comes in to make the stop for Kingston, his 4th catch on the night. Kingston Moses Sanchez, 2 100-yard receiving games this season. He's got 94 yards here tonight. A guy who was named after the song Kingston Town by UB40.
It's a cool song.
Yep. It's a 2nd down and 6. Through the hands of Kingston Moses Sanchez. .2 remaining. Funny because we mentioned that all season long, and we continue to stress this, but twin brothers Kingston and Kingsley, 5 and 7 respectively. So Kingston's named after the song Kingston Town by UB40. Kingsley is named after a character his parents saw in a soap opera that they were watching on TV. 23.2 remaining.
Timeout, Farrington. Their first charge timeout at a half.
So we'll step aside as well. 7-7 game, or a 3rd place game.
It doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. What matters is how many times you get up. You need the right people by your side. The people who know how to help you heal. Who help you overcome what stands in your way. Who understand how to help you live your dreams.
A mom, a dad, 2 kids, and a dog. A typical family in Hawaii, right? Well, maybe, but we know today's family is much more. It's tablets, laptops, and other devices that can eat up your family's internet speed. So, Oceanic is building products for how you live today by upgrading your internet speed up to 6 times faster at no additional cost. Yes, no additional cost. And that makes for one happy family, giving customers faster internet speeds only from Oceanic Time Warner Cable.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 1186, and its unionized electrical contractors are proud supporters of high school athletics and want to say good luck to all the student athletes and a big mahalo to all the coaches and other volunteers that make it happen. A humid Halloween night here in Mililani. Felipe Ojastro, Darren Hernandez. 23.2 remaining here in this opening quarter. Farrington facing a 3rd and 6.
And this is 2-down territory for the Governors. You can bet.
Raposa pulls it back, puts it up. Fa'amatau got it. Touchdown.
Challenge Fa'amatau. The challenge to stop him is not only in the mental part of the game, as I said earlier, you got to know where he's at. You got to be able to identify what formation and if he's in the stands. I mean, check if he is in the backfield or if he's, here's a fake.
And it's going to be taken here by Jathan Chafin, but cannot punch it in. Noah Kealoha, the linebacker, does a good job to chop him down.
Again, back to Fa'amatau. You know, you got to make sure you got to know where he's at. Is he as a running back? Is he a slot back? Is he in the stands? I mean, you got to know where he's at. And then you got to stop him, and that's the hardest part.
What a haul.
He will find a way.
Touchdown 16 for Raposa. Receiving touchdown number 7 for Fa'amatau, and the 9th of his career. He is having a career season. Certainly going to be an all-star. An all-Hawaii selection as well. The guy, again, who gets so much respect from the people that he has faced. And he's getting some looks from the University of Hawaii. And again, he credits his ability to receive the ball thanks to Nalu Tongwailoa, part of that Ewa Beach Saver program. He used to sleep at Tua Tongwailoa's house, go to the park, run routes. Nalu would help perfect his technique. His prowess as a receiver this year has been so much better than what it was a year ago. On the 11-yard line, it was Javen Town. I haven't called his name up until now. And Town taken to the 27-yard line. Fo'i Sila makes the stop.
So Javentown, who is third in D1 with 17 rushing touchdowns, with 7 seconds left in the first quarter, has not carried the ball once.
Again, a lot of those touchdowns that he has amassed have come inside the 10-yard line. Those 3, 5, 7-yard chips into the end zone. But he does have breakaway speed capabilities. We've seen it on our telecasts. Javentown right on cue, and Town keeps the legs going for a run of 9 with 1.1 remaining and a flag down. Finau Walter the tackle. The guts from Farrington to go for 2 on their last touchdown. It's a 6-point game.
Walking below the waist on the offense, number 60. After distance to goal, replay first down.
Joseph Soriano Kikila. It's hard not to stress it, but why not just shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties? 8 penalties, 71 yards. First quarter. That'll end the first 12 minutes. Pretty entertaining first quarter, to say the least. Farrington leads 13-7. Off we go to the second when you come back.
When you make it, when you reach the top, join an exclusive country club. Acquire exotic automobiles. Fill a garage. Engage in investment banking. Be a venture capitalist. Then when it's all said and done, head to a steakhouse. Your steakhouse.
It's anything but traditional. A double portion of juicy marinated steak loaded with toppings and grilled to go. The new Boss Wraps, only at Taco Bell.
You know, turning pro didn't start when he was drafted. It didn't start with college football's highest honor, or when he led his high school team to a win at States. Because for my son, Marcus Mariota, becoming a professional football player started years ago, in the 4th grade, when he made a commitment to himself.
On behalf of Farrington and Waianae, Jack in the Box is proud to make a donation to the OIA Athletic Foundation for the betterment of all its member schools. Jack in the Box, a proud sponsor of Hawaii High School Athletics, will be donating $10,000 this season. Special shout out to our Ohana over at Jack in the Box for stepping up and their continued support for prep sports. Second quarter, 13-7. Waianae's rushing attack that averages 252 yards per game has been halted to just 14 in the first quarter so far. Their only touchdown, 69-yard reception from Isaiah Freeney. 1st and 10 to give for Javentown. Town will take it 4-2 to the 15-yard line. Pizza Hut stats after quarter number 1.
Let's look at the Farrington domination. Rushing yards 48, passing yards 125, 173 yards. But the 14 rush yards, as we mentioned, as you just said, Felipe, that is really low for a Waianae team that depends on the run game.
Farrington has much more of a balanced attack this season. 2 touchdowns tossed by Raposa. Ulu drops this one back. Keeps the play alive and finally brought down by Fo'i Sila. Flag is out after the end of it. Sila, 3rd sack of the season.
Ulu with no space for error back there, because that rush is coming. Sila is a boss on the D-line. And remember, they lost great players
After
like
the play,
Fehoko.
personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense, number 17. 15-yard penalty, be 3rd down. Also, Waianae, number 62, helmet came off during the play. By rule, he must sit out for 1 play.
That's John McFall. Ryota Koni gets called for the foul. Sealy gets his 3rd sack of the season officially. And you're right, they did lose some key pieces from a season ago. You lose Braden Fehoko now over at Texas Tech.
Lua Fatasanga, the pass rushing defensive end.
And now Bryce Tutupu Leopoldo, who's actually an assistant coach now with this Farrington staff. This is Jaren Ulu. Ulu chased down from behind and knocked down. Sacked by Andrew Aneki, his 2nd sack of the season.
Again, Andrew Aneki is showing his versatility as a pass rusher, as a cover guy, as a linebacker. Do so many things for this defense.
Fa'amatau back deep to return this kick. And Makana Roque-Gonzalez will punt this one away. Fa'amatau says, I'm not touching this one. And why not? It's a healthy bounce right to the 20. 55-yard on the punt. 9:54 remaining, 13-7. Let's get you caught up on what has happened so far. First play, first drive for the Sea Riders. Ambrosio finds a streaking Isaiah Freeney, 69 yards to the house, 7-0 out of the gate. Farrington comes back. Raposa to Kingston Moses Sanchez. Because I got 69 yards by myself. Took it to the house, 7-7, and then it's Fa'amatau in the corner to make this catch. Raposa's 2nd touchdown toss. 2-point conversion, no good. 13-7. We barely started this 2nd quarter. Fa'amatau driving the legs for 9.5.
Fa'amatau so powerful. I mean, look, the guy is 193 pounds, which is a good size running back. No, make no mistake. But he runs like he's 225.
8 for 54 yards now. He's 44 away from hitting the 2,000 rushing yard mark for his career. It's a 2nd down and inches. Fa'amatau, 1st down. Fa'amatau still on his feet, and Fa'amatau takes it to the 46-yard line. 17 1st down yards.
And this has been the difference tonight. The Waianae offense has not been able to run the ball with any type of effectiveness. And Farrington, really, they're having their way running the ball with Fa'amatau. I mean, he is doing it up big.
9 minutes here to play. Nice rhythm that's building here for Farrington. Boza saw something. Gonna come in under center. Flip this one out for Moses Sanchez. It is out of bounds. That could have been very dangerous to a backwards pass. And it was ruled a backwards pass. So they'll have it right at the 34-yard line.
This backward pass went out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
You know, and as the quarterback needs to throw the ball much better. I mean, if you're going to make any hay out of that type of play where you want to get the ball quickly to your slot receiver, you can't have the slot receiver jumping and you know, reaching high in the air for the ball, because it ruins everything. You want him to catch the ball quickly and just start running.
And even for Moses Sanchez, you got to play that up until the whistle there. Raposa devoured. Down he goes. Solofua Gray in on the sack. His 2nd of the season.
Solofua Gray. Nice dip shoulder move to get around the right tackle.
And now with it being 3rd and a mile, all the Jets are out here. The receiver spots. Fa'amatau's in the left slot. Raposa, time, puts it up for grabs for Moses Sanchez. He got them all. Moses Sanchez inside the 30-yard line to the 20. Pick up a 50.
Boy, if Moses Sanchez catches this ball cleanly, he scores. But because of the problems he has juggling the ball, he's not able to really take off. A great job by Mosiah Brame to catch up to him and make the play.
Moses Sanchez, 144 receiving yards, his third time eclipsing the century mark in receiving yards. First and 10, flag down.
Ball start. Offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Interesting about Kingston Moses Sanchez and Bishop Raposa. Those guys were born 2 days apart. Their moms were in the same hospital when they were born. They essentially grew up together and then went to Kawananakoa Middle School, and they connect on that gain for 50 yards.
There was a connection going way back. Huh?
7:25 here to go. Fa'amatau hit it hard up the middle, then bounced it outside. Fa'amatau still on his feet, and the ball popped out. Was it recovered in bounds? Yes, it was. Alexander Quijano hopped on it.
And for all his talent and ability, that is the second fumble by Fa'amatau. The first time an offensive lineman picked it up, but that time Jalen Gonzalez did a great job. He was all over it, causing that fumble.
Gonzalez's second forced fumble this season. Quijano's first fumble recovery of the year. That came real close to the chalk. But after the big gain, the penalty moves it back. And then the turnover with an opportunity. Waianae takes over.
The biggest deal is stopping a potential scoring drive.
This is Ambrosio. Ambrosio stopped immediately. Some extracurricular shoving after the end of it.
Both teams very chippy. You know, a lot is at stake. Winner goes to states. Loser turns in the equipment. It's been a long OIA season, a long grind, the entire summer of lifting and running. And if you're going to practice and play this long, you don't want your season to end. So there's high emotions here tonight.
And when we hit our post-game show, we're going to reveal to you officially for the first time the First Hawaiian Bank HHSA Division I state tournament brackets. This is taken to the 16-yard line. George Valdez stopped by Fulton Sila. Give you the D1 and D2 state tournament brackets. We already do know that Mililani, Kahuku, St. Louis, Baldwin, Hilo are the 5 spots. Where will they match up? We'll let you know. Just those 5 names alone, there is going to be a whole lot of parity and a wild state tournament ahead, which begins next week. 3rd down and 3. Ulu being chased out by Coney and tripped up by Coney. Sack by the junior Ryota Coney. His first of the season.
Ryota Coney coming in off of the edge and doing a great job of timing his dive for the legs, and that's going to be 4th down. So the opportunity slipped away after getting a fumble recovery by Fa'amatau, which did stop a potential scoring threat by the Governors.
Makano Rope Gonzalez will have to punt it from his end zone, with Challen Fa'amatau back deep to return. Gotta be careful with the snap here. Brought in by Gonzalez. Nice leg on the boot. Fa'amatau speared. That's great coverage. And Noah Kealoha again came in screaming to make the stop. We have a flag down here. And a penalty marker down. We'll update you when we come back. 13-7, 4:55 remaining, second quarter.
What makes a Subway footlong the biggest, bestest sandwich? You do. Because it's all about your choice of freshly baked bread, tender meats, melty cheeses, and everything in between. The handcrafted Subway footlong. It's got your name all over it.
Next Next week on Hawaii Goes Fishing, professional fishing guide John Taban takes his son fishing just for fun. A father and friends go fishing one last time in memory of Dean Yamashiraya. And two of our mayors learn about a traditional Hawaiian method of fishing. All this and more on Hawaii Goes Fishing, Sunday at 5 and all next week, only on OC16.
What makes a Subway footlong the biggest, bestest sandwich? You do. Because it's all about your choice of freshly baked bread, tender meats, melty cheeses, and everything in between. The handcrafted Subway footlong. It's got your name all over it.
Show your support for Hawaii's law enforcement community with official Shopo merchandise such as shirts, hats, stickers, and more. The store is open to the public Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 1717 Hoy Street in Kalihi. Proceeds benefit officers and their families statewide. Physical, emotional, chippy. A lot of it here.
Competitive.
I'm here in this first half. 13-7. A personal foul was called during the break against Farrington on Tainanu Nalua. Makes it 1st and 10 from the Farrington 41. Handoff. This is given to TJ Tautolo, his 30th rush attempt of the season. This is good for 4. TJ is actually the brother of former Farrington running back Tyler Taumua. The guy who had 11 carries for 36 yards. And that 43-0 loss to Kahuku. Second and 8 now. From the 43, Raposa puts it up. Moses Sanchez got it. Messiah Brame brings him down at the 35-yard line. Pick up a 22.
And Moses Sanchez is a one-man wrecking crew tonight. He has been unstoppable.
Wow. Enterprise scores around town. This game is off the charts here for the D1 championship. Iolani, after trailing in the match 0-2, ties it up at 2 apiece. 25-19, the set 4 winner. Kevin Wong, Rory Kim have that for you on XCast Channel 1020.
Exciting stuff.
Handoff for Amatau. Bear hugged immediately. Brandon Hattori, the linebacker. Part of the West Side Warriors growing up. Decided to play football after watching all his friends play in the 7th grade. Decided, I want to be a part of that. And he has been a huge part of this Sea Rider defense.
And that's how it starts. You know, when you're in elementary school and people start dividing themselves up by different activities, and you got the baseball guys, and then you get the football guys.
Played a variety of positions on defense this season. And a penalty marker down.
Ball start. Offense, number 5. 5-yard penalty, main second down.
8 penalties, 80 yards now for the Govs. Farrington won the very first meeting between these two in 1977. It was a 7-0 victory. Overall, this has been a series that has been pretty competitive. The 25th meeting between these two since 77. Raposa. That was a tough catch from Fa'amatau. The flag is down right near the line. That was a fastball.
And Fa'amatau handled it.
Thrown right behind him and somehow hauled it in.
Holding on the offense, number 4. 10-yard penalty, replay second down.
It's on Freedom Alualu. Gets called for the hold, but here's to the non-catch as it's ruled.
Wow.
It's not too shabby. 3 minutes here to play. Moses Sanchez has been nearly unstoppable. 6 catches, a $166. Brame has the assignment on him, bottom of your screen. Raposa shifts to the left, lets it fly downfield. Incomplete for Jathan Chafin. Chafin trying to bring it in for his second catch of the night. Just through his hands.
Look, if I'm Farrington's offensive coordinator right now, I'm throwing the ball with regularity to number 5. He has shown that no one can cover him, especially with that inside release. He's been wide open every time.
They've had Ikaika Pa'au'ahina kind of spying in on him, along with Quijano. Brame drops back defensively as Raposa goes down. What a stop. Brandon Hattori. Well done, sir.
Big Brandon Hattori, the linebacker. 5'10", 215. Just a junior.
Finau Walter will have to punt this one away. Enterprise scores around town. Kamehameha Maui trailed early on. 14-10, 10 unanswered. They're within 4 now in the third quarter. The winner of that represents the MIL into the Division II state tournament. Walter has some backspin on this kick, and it is hauled in at around the 34-yard line. The game that has the feeling that Farrington is up big. It is just a 6-point game. Waianae has ran 14 less plays, fewer plays, I should say, than Farrington. 16 plays, 98 yards total. Farrington 30 plays, 270 total yards.
And Farrington's defense has really stopped this rushing offense cold. And to be ahead only 13-7 in a game that it looks like you're dominating the game, statistically at least, it's got to be frustrating. The team is just hanging around in Waianae.
Ulu goes to the outside, and Jarrell Pontis-Borge comes in to make the snag. He'll gain maybe a yard. Borge was big in that game against Kailua, 90-yard rushing touchdown to give Waianae the lead.
You know, this offense, the thing I like about it is that it allows you to spread the ball around to a wealth of different players.
Ulu wants to load up, will load up deep down the field. It is caught. Isaiah Freeney to the 23-yard line. What a grab from the junior.
We saw Isaiah Freeney with that 69-yard touchdown catch from Ambrosio on the first play of scrimmage. 42 yards.
On that reception.
On that catch.
Ulu goes to the corner. It is caught and then dropped incomplete. Just got out of his reach.
Here's the 42-yard catch by Freeney.
I had a shot to be nearly brought in for what would have been the game-tying touchdown. What we just had earlier. Just through his hands.
He was open.
There's a Kai Moniz Hopeau. He's back there. Ulu, pressure everywhere. And then he gets German suplex down at the 30.
That is what football is about. I mean, I just love when a defender comes in and wreaks havoc in the backfield. Now, when he finishes off with a reverse suplex, that makes it even that much funner.
Joey Ma'ai.
Timeout, Waianae. Their first
Which isn't
charge,
a word
timeout and a half.
technically funner. But it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Bizarre things happening, especially those large black moths from last night. I think they followed us again tonight, and they look the size of bats.
They're hard to describe. They're like, they're huge.
They are, and they're very hardy. Like the body is like heavy and thick.
We're gonna take a photo of it. We're gonna find one here. Well, if you look in the booth, they've been flying all over the place, but we've had that in the stadium last night as well. Here. And the timeout called by Waianae. Of course, we have some sand volleyball coming at you. November 22nd from Queens Beach. Spike and serve. Kevin Wong, our partner. We'll give you the Hawaii State Sand Volleyball Tournament, the championship. Just on November 22nd, some of the best prep talent from around the state. Be there on Queens Beach. It's on OC 16. Covering it for the 3rd consecutive year. 65 seconds to go. 3rd and 17. Ulu. Pressure coming. And down he goes again. Finau Walter. A sack for him. It's number 5 on the year.
Finau Walter, that classic-looking middle linebacker. Just bursting through the middle.
This is out of field goal range for Tate Ebel, because it would have been a 54-yard attempt from this spot, but with a half minute here to go. Fourth down, timeout, Waianae.
Timeout, Waianae. Their second charge timeout at half.
As good as Farrington's offense has been, it's been the lack of execution in critical moments, along with the penalties that have allowed Waianae to sort of hang around in this game with 24.8 remaining.
They've piled up a lot of yards, but not a lot of points, so Randall Okimoto cannot be too happy about that.
9 penalties, 98 yards. OC 16 and Oceanic Time Warner presents OC 16's Fun Fest on Saturday, November 21st at the Mililani Town Center from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a fun-filled day with entertainment by Taimane Gardner, Taz Vegas, Kimmy A. Minor, and more. Come meet your favorite OC 16 personalities and help the Hawaii Food Bank as well. Bring 5 canned goods or more. Receive a free gift courtesy of OC 16. Not too far away from here, just right across the street. And a long drive for these kids from Kalihi who lead it 13-7. An even longer one for Waianae. This is a 4th and 24. Ulu, time, shot, downfield. It is caught. What a catch by Freeney.
Wow, with 17.3 seconds. And what a throw by Ulu as well. Jaron Ulu uncorks this beautiful pass. And Freeney jumps and catches it right in the breadbasket.
It's a gain of 32 for Freeney. Freeney came in averaging 25 yards per catch. He's averaging about 46 right now. 3 catches, 143 yards. It ties his season high that he had against Moanalua week 1 of the OIA season.
Waianae in position to score and possibly take the lead here. With 14 seconds, they're going to have to be real smart, be judicious with their timeout, make sure that they understand where they are on the field. Big opportunity for the Sea Riders here.
Waianae does have a timeout in their pocket. To 2nd down and goal. Ulu hit by Fo'isila, and then Andrew Aneki seals it off. So Aneki will get credited for the sack, his 2nd
timeout
of the season.
Waianae, that's their 3rd and final timeout at a half.
All right, that's a good timeout, obviously. This is their last chance, 9 seconds to go. Boy, you know, the best success they've had is when they threw it to Freeney. Obviously, Farrington's going to be expecting that. But also, none of the play action stuff. No one in the stadium will be fooled by any type of play action. They know you're not going to run the ball. So line up in the shotgun, get spread out, and get a nice drop if you're the quarterback, Ulu, and try to throw it to Freeney.
And the reason, that's a great point that you make, because no one's buying it because the run game has been a bit poor here for the Sea Riders. 13 attempts, minus 10 yards. There is Anti-Joy Tomas.
I can hear every word she's saying.
Yeah. E for effort. That's one of her favorite sayings she likes to say. Always great and so passionate here. May have 2 shots at the end zone with 9.1 remaining. Randall Okimono ran down to take a timeout.
Timeout. Farrington. That's his second charge timeout and a half.
It's a very interesting costume that Auntie Joy was wearing, by the way.
The pink hair.
Yeah, the pink hair. Got the tube socks on too. Well, look at the flower in the ear and the glitter in the eyelashes.
The white gloves.
So if she ran for mayor of Kalihi right now, she would win overwhelmingly.
In a landslide.
Yeah, just such a great heart, and she's been so kind to our crew and to these kids and so supportive. Has no kids of her own anymore that are playing here at Farrington. Just comes out to the games and shows her support, and one of the great people within that Kalihi community.
You got to love that, you know. When I was coaching a couple of years ago against Farrington in games, her son was playing. You know, he was a defensive back, a good player. And
Vaughn Tomas.
Yes, and it's always great to see parents stick around and continue to support the program. That's awesome. Most parents, you don't see them. You know, once their kid graduates, you don't see them again.
This is 3rd and goal, 9.1 remaining. Jump ball up top, end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Kanai Maunga.
Kanai Maunga, who earlier missed a sure touchdown on the other side of the end zone. This time comes up money. And Ulu, exactly what we're said. Just catch, pitch and catch.
What a play. Waianae for the lead. Tate Ebel. Blocked. Chipa Ulungalu Sula.
What a big play for the special teams. For Farrington, a blocked kick. That is huge. I mean, if you went into halftime down by 1 after dominating, statistically dominating the game, especially stopping Waianae's run game, and then you would have gone in a point down with a 1-point deficit. You know, there's a couple of things that they have to shore up. One of the things they have to do is they have to put a second guy on Isaiah Freeney. Isaiah Freeney is being watched by a great defensive back, and that's number 26, Christian Acorda, who's 5'5", 131. He needs some help. You know, you need a taller guy, a safety to come over and double cover. Obviously, Maunga just made a big catch, but Freeney has been the catalyst. He has been the one to make big plays in the passing game for Waianae.
Maunga, by the way, his first receiving touchdown of the season. That was from 9 yards out. 1.6 remaining. Key here for Waianae, just milk out this clock as quick as you can. Short kick up in the air, but a flag is down.
Encroachment on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Free kick will be from the 35-yard line.
9 penalties, 76 yards for Waianae. 9 penalties, 98 yards for Farrington. Still 1.6 remaining. Waianae team that is averaging about 42 points per game. Farrington averaging 27. Waianae was so hot in that 6-game win streak. It's the start of the OIA regular season. Now it's a squib kick. It is scooped up. Here is TJ Tautolo. Flag is down. A couple players sort of collide into there. As the clock hits 0, we still have penalty flags out. And make sure you watch the new season as the Hawaii people eat some delicious Japanese foods at Ganko and shop at the Osaka Tourist Information Center. And finally, get to eat Osaka's specialty, Kushi Katsu. Ultimate Japan airs Sundays at 9:30 p.m. only on OC 16. Penalty was against Farrington. It was declined, and we hit the half. 26 combined points. Split them right down the middle. A half riddled with penalties and emotion and spirit for the final spot into the state tournament. 13-13. Halftime.
What makes a Subway footlong the biggest, bestest sandwich? You do. Because it's all about your choice of freshly baked bread, tender meats, melty cheeses, and everything in between. The handcrafted Subway footlong. It's got your name all over it.
This week on This and That TV, we got a brand new segment called Did You Know That?
Diverse art with qualified on how to freestyle rap.
We got delicious subs at Pizza Corner.
And I'm going shopping at 88T's with a special guest.
All this and more this week on This and That TV. This and That TV, showcasing entertainment, lifestyle, and food in Hawaii, premieres every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. only on OC 16, broadcasted on Time Warner Cable's Channel 12. Sponsored by the Pizza Corner in Ko'olina.
What makes a Subway footlong the biggest, bestest sandwich? You do. Because it's all about your choice of freshly baked bread, tender meats, melty cheeses, and everything in between. The handcrafted Subway footlong. It's got your name all over it.
Miller in motion. They give it. It's a first down. It's a touchdown for Waianae.
The Waianae Sea Riders have won 17 OIA football titles, and the West Side community is one synonymous with Hawaii's gridiron history and culture. New head coach Walter Young recalls playing for Waianae in the late 90s.
I graduated in '98. There was a lot of sense of pride. When we played, discipline was key. Our coaches made sure that we were well prepared to play the game. When we walked on fields, you know, we won half the game just by showing up as Waianae.
That pride remains strong in the hearts of the Sea Riders of today for many reasons.
I want to make my mark in the history. You know, Waianae has strong history, and I want to be a part of it.
Oh, it means the world to me to be a part of the Sea Rider program because I'm the third generation to be a part of this program. And I mean, my dad and my grandpa, they led the way for me. They paved the way, so it means a lot.
While ultimately the goal is to make it back to the title game, for this year's squad, making their mark on the Sea Rider program involves much more than just football.
Try to instill a lot of sense of pride in these kids. So this community is real prideful about their football team.
Coach Young is a huge proponent of giving back, so the Sea Riders have been very busy.
Some of the things that we've been doing is like multiple beach cleanups, help clean up the school, repainted the school, the buildings and the doors. And we've been helping the teachers, like the new teachers with their new classrooms, help them clean and rearrange their classrooms.
And the reason for giving back to their community isn't lost on these young athletes.
It's important because giving back to the community, because they've given us so much donations, supporting us at our games, and like, it's right to give back.
These kids, they work hard just like every place else. You know, it's stereotyped that these kids are more the rowdy kids and all that stuff, but these kids are big-hearted kids. I mean, they come out here, you know, sweat and believe in the same thing everybody else. You know, they're such great kids that, you know, I wouldn't trade them in for nothing else. These kids are everything to me.
I want to represent my community to the best of my ability. I want to carry myself humble and well and, you know, well-mannered wherever I go, in and out of school, in and out of Waianae. And, you know, I just want to make our community proud and everybody around us proud.
Jen Boniza reporting for OC 16. Governor Wallace Ryder Farrington High School was founded in 1962. The governor's football program is steeped in history. Yet its football facilities have been subpar for years. The Governors have played their home games at Roosevelt's Field, and their practice field left a lot to be desired. But that was a thing of the past. The Governors will soon have an amazing new home, the Edward Thompson Skipadias Stadium at Kusunoki Field.
We have a beautiful renovation, upgrade, as you call it. We'll have a stadium that seats 5,000 people, track, field turf, concession, locker rooms, training room. So I think everybody can't wait till it's finished, and hopefully it'll be done by next year. In the meantime, we are making do without a field.
It's a situation that has forced Okimoto and his staff to get creative with their practices.
We are practicing between our buildings, whatever space that we have in the amphitheater, or in the front of the school, on the front lawn. And that's what we've been doing from June of this year. We break things up into small modified drills and go from there.
So how do the players feel about having to practice on the courtyard lawn between the buildings?
I view this as a good challenge, that because Farrington's always been given challenges and we've never really had it easy most of the time. So this is just another challenge that Farrington is just really able to go through and able to pull out very well.
After drills, the Governors make their way to Kalakaua Field, more than a half a mile away from campus.
It's a way for us to bond even more, because it takes a team effort to run down the field and practice. You know, without the field, can't do much, but we work with what we got.
It weeds out all of the non-committed people, and we have a group of good, committed guys who are willing to get better and make this team great.
I know at the end of the season will pay off because we run a lot.
It's a challenge, and actually, you know what, it makes us be more responsible. For example, if someone forgets something in the locker room is no longer 50 yards away. The locker room is half a mile away, so I don't think nobody wants to forget anything in the locker room, because then they would have to run back and so on. So that's how we've been handling it, you know, looking at the positives that surround the situation.
Although this season may be a little rougher than most, it's teaching the athletes at Farrington valuable life lessons.
Just be grateful for what you have, usually, and because I know not everybody has, you know, our weight room, this court over here. Just be grateful for what you have.
We know that at the end, we're going to have a nice, beautiful facility. And so it's a good lesson learned for all our kids, everybody, to learn how to be patient and to fight through all the adversity that we're facing.
Reporting for OC16, I'm Jen Boniza.
Third and goal from the 2. Okimoto dancing away, a race to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Farrington.
My time as a young kid at Palm Settlement, I was what is referred to as a bambula. It's a kid who's really bigger than he should be.
Few people will ever be bigger in the history of Hawaii high school football and leave such an incredible mark in education through athletics like Skipadias. As a player, he was an all-league standout when Farrington was part of the old ILH. Graduating in 1962, Diaz went on to Oregon State and all Pac-10 honors as a defensive tackle. He even played professionally in the Canadian Football League. It gave him a resume that allowed his players to buy into his coaching.
So that was the stuff that made it, and the sports was in such a way for me to get their attention.
He held their attention for 21 years on the Farrington sideline. 17 of those seasons being the head coach of the Governors. His Govs ended up making the playoffs 12 times, including a stretch of 9 in a row starting in 1990, the year they won the OYA championship. A proven winner on the field, Diaz always felt coaching players for life beyond the game is what made his students true champions.
I had the fantastic opportunity to watch 8 of my kids that I coached. And one of them is the head coach now, Randall Okimoto, and 6 or 7 of the other kids who went to Farrington and now are adults. They're in the education field. They're in the policemen. And, they're the ones that made me.
Usually in Hawaii, governors only serve a 4-year term in office. But it's safe to say this product of Mayor Wright housing will always be the governor when it comes to Farrington High School. His legacy of discipline, athletic excellence, and education is forever embedded within the fabric of OYA football. Skippa's game plan charted the way for his players' success on the field while preparing them for even bigger wins in life, far beyond 12th grade.
They got to go to school. They got to do the good things in school. And it was through that form of discipline that literally hundreds of kids that I tapped into went to college. And it's very important because till today, I mean, I haven't been teaching for 13 years now. I see them, when you're on an island, they live on the same island, you see them, first thing they do is they hug you and tell you, Coach, thank you. Well, those are the things that really I treasure.
Halftime here in Central Oahu, John Kauinana Stadium, deadlocked at 13 apiece between Waianae and Farrington. OIA Division I third place game, no winner. It's the final slot into the state tournament. Pretty competitive game we've seen here through the first 24 minutes. Hi, everyone. Happy Halloween. Felipe Ojastro, brother Darren Hernandez. What do you make of the first half we saw here, Coach?
Waianae Farrington, 13-13, tie, mean game. No, honestly, this game is pretty awesome. It's 13-13. I really like what I'm seeing by the Waianae passing game. I mean, Isaiah Freeney, big game receiver. He's been great. Also, Kingston Moses Sanchez. We've seen 2 guys doing great things catching the football.
Let's take a look at the Pizza Hut stats from this first half. Well controlled from Farrington in the early going, but it's been the penalties that have been the major storyline for each of these 2 squads.
Look at Waianae, negative 10 yards rushing. That is just amazing. Doing a great job throwing the football, both teams. Again, we said Moses Sanchez and Freeney from both teams. Both teams with 9 penalties and 1 turnover. Time of possession, pretty much the same. Evenly played game, except Waianae getting it done uncharacteristically through the air and being absolutely stopped on the ground by this tough Farrington defense.
In case you're just joining us, here's how we got to this 13-13 score. Opening drive, opening play, opening touchdown for Isaiah Freeney from Kate Ambrosio. His first passing touchdown of the season. That's from 69 yards to the house. Back the other way with Farrington. Penalties halted this drive, but this motivated Kingston Moses Sanchez to have a breakout performance. 69 yards for the touchdown. Raposa one more time, this time to Challen Fa'amatau in the corner. His second passing touchdown of the season for Raposa, 16th overall. Ulu, just before the first half ends, somehow finds Kana'i Maunga for his first touchdown of the year. Extra point was no good, and just like that, we are tied at 13 apiece on what has been a unique Halloween night here in Central Oahu. I know what you are. Your costume makes sense. I have no idea what I am right now.
The king of the Filipinos, maybe?
Yeah, King Book. I think that's the official one. We got second half coming up next. Here on OC 16, Waianae has the ball when you come back.
Hi, I'm Kaipo, an Oceanic Time Warner cable installer. I may have serviced you at your home or your business. I'm a father and a coach, but I'm also a proud member of IBEW Local 1186. We care about the community, and we care about you.
Working hard at the jobs they do. IBEW Local 1186. Local people serving your local community's communication needs. IBEW Local 1186. Lighting your path to the future.
Come join me, Tony Solis, on a brand new episode of Yura Kain Na?
Payne's Place. What are you guys best known for?
Some people say it's the fries, the burgers, and then the working men wanted paid lunches, so I threw that in too.
Ooh, this ranks with the top 3 burgers I've ever had in the state of Hawaii.
It's a brand new episode of Yura Kain Na right here on OC16's Channel 12.
Get ready for the third quarter, 13-13. Waianae and Barrington again. By the end of tonight, we'll reveal to you the Division I and Division II state tournament brackets, which 12 teams will make it, and what the pairing looks like. Again, this is for the final spot into the tourney for Division I. Let's break down some numbers and give you some highlights here. First for Waianae, Jaren Ulu, a junior that has matured through this program, gained confidence as this evening has gone on.
7 of 10, 105 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He's done a great job scrambling with the in the backfield and targeting Freeney. I mean, wow, he's really shown a lot of improvement. Still tends to hold on to the ball a little too long sometimes when he's in the backfield, but otherwise, 7 for 10. That's a nice outing for a first half of football.
Let's go to the opposite side and flip it to Farrington. Kingston Moses Sanchez on his way to a season-high performance.
Boy, he is 166 yards receiving, and he has been open all night, early and often, whether it's a slant or a screen or a fade. It doesn't matter what pattern they run. He has found ways to get open, and he has been a big play guy the first half for the Governors.
166 receiving yards on 6 snags, 10 away from tying his season high that he had against Moanalua. And August the 29th, so wasn't quite sure what kind of game we were expecting here. I knew it was going to be a competitive one at the very least, but a lot of tricks being shown from each of these two.
Well, I'll tell you what, some of the most interesting stats that we've seen. Javin Town, 1 carry for 2 yards. The guy has 17 rushing touchdowns. Jurek Valdez, 3 carries for only 6 yards. And Ezekiel Hopeau, he has Moniz Hopeau has no carries.
Those are 2 of the better backs here. In fact, the player that has the most carries and most rush attempts in that first half, quarterback Jaren Ulu. 6 for -33 and sacked a bunch of times. This is muffed at around the 12-yard line. Town scooped it up. Javen Town stayed in bounds, cuts it back. Javen Town at midfield. Javen Town to the near side and escorted out of bounds. Chipa Ulungalusula finally stops him on a huge return for the junior Town.
And this is why Javen Town needs to carry the ball more than one time, because he's such a dynamic playmaker with the ball in his hands. There is absolutely no reason why he should not be the most featured guy playing right now on this field for the Waianae offense.
62-yard return.
He can really be a spark in the second half.
Here is Ezekiel Moniz Hopeau. And we'll give it to Jurek Valdez. And Valdez diving forward. Right at the 10-yard line. Gain of 16. Enterprise scores around town. It is final in the Blaisdell. Kamehameha Kapalama able to defeat the top seed in the tourney, Iolani. 15-12, set 5 to capture the Division I Girls Volleyball State Championship. What a matchup there on XCast. course, HBA swept Les Jardins to capture the D2 crown. Here is Valdez trying to dart his way inside, right to the 5-yard line.
And again, we talked about Javen Town, we talked about Jurick Valdez, and those two names, they have been the catalysts here. They have been the spark in the beginning of the third quarter here for Waianae. Got to use your weapons.
Similar start than how Farrington started in this game. Attacked the ground with Fa'amatau. It's been a team effort here for the Sea Riders. Hand off Town. Town moving forward. Did he get in? Might be stopped just shy. Inside the 1. It's Joey Ma'ai to save the 6. Creeping a little bit forward now. It is 3rd and goal.
Time for the Farrington defense to stiffen up, and time for Waianae to find a way to get the ball to Javen Town.
Side formation at the line. They try to go over the top. Town might have lost it. It's recovered. Maunga and Town hop in on the recovery.
He's going to bring up 4th down. Javen Town went up top, a la Walter Payton in the 70s and 80s. The ball is out.
What a stuff. And through it all, they're going to lose a couple yards. So it's going to bring up 4th and goal. Going for it here. Valdez, the back. Ulu. Valdez. He's stopped. Shut down. Joey Ma'ai and Tainano Nalua.
And the Farrington defense steps up big time. Joey Ma'ai is there. I mean, that had no chance because of the penetration of the defensive line. And the linebackers just stepped up and cleaned house.
Farrington escapes the threat there. Farrington went back to old school tactics.
It's number 10. At the distance to goal, 1st down.
Sportsmanlike after the end of the play. That's on Chipa Ulongalusula. Throughout this week of practice, Farrington has gone back to old school tactics and learned how to tackle, something that they were pretty poor at, according to Coach Randall Okimoto in that game against Kahuku. Thought they had a decent game plan, but could not cash it in. Able to make that stop there. We have a new quarterback in Josiah Anakalea. Out onto the field. Anakalea, 10 for 20, 144 yards this season. A little bit more mobile than Raposa. He hands this one off for Fa'amatau, and Challen Fa'amatau gets a big gain to the 16-yard line.
Boy, Challen Fa'amatau, even in traffic with bodies all over him, all over his left and his right, he still remains such a smooth runner. Just a cool customer with the ball in his hands.
Fa'amatau the back again, and the flag is out. Scott Smith, another mic check.
Encroachment on the offense, number 7. 5-yard penalty, remains 1st down.
After the big game, they gained some breathing room. It is moved back to the 11-yard line. Loaded backfield now. Tautolo, Fa'amatau, Alualu. Here's a handoff for Fa'amatau. And Fa'amatau gonna lean to around the 15-yard line. Fa'amatau over 100 yards rushing tonight. It's his 7th 100-yard rushing performance this season.
That big offensive line standing people up, but there is no space for Fa'amatau.
And Raposa on the sideline. Drive starts with Anakalea, another handoff. Fa'amatau could not get out of the arms of Micah Atuatasi. He's 350 pounds.
But once he wraps you up, you stay wrapped up.
Number 8, helmet came off during the play. Waianae, he must sit out for one play by rule.
Now it'll bring up third down. Got a number of helmets pop up in these last 2 nights. Some pretty physical games with Bradford, Kaimuki, Kahuku-Mililani last night. And the JV and third place game here tonight as well. Toss back, Fa'amatau. Trying to get a lead block. Tautolo set it up for him, but Fa'amatau gets past the 20. About 4 yards shy of the first down stick.
Tautolo does a great job here of lead blocking, but watch Fa'amatau and his ability to read the defense. He saw that those 2 guys overran the play, turned what should have been a negative play into a 4-yard gain.
And because of it, that great defensive effort from Milo and Quijano to make the stop. It forces Finau Walter to do everything to kick it towards Cade Ambrosio. Walter, big boot. This is going to be a bit short. Got a decent bounce, but it's going to remain for the time being inside Farrington territory, right at the 43-yard line. So a 21-yard punt from Finau Walter.
And you know, Finau Walter is just one of those old school football players. Yeah, a middle backer. Back in the old days, he'd be one of those guys that played center and middle linebacker, like a Chuck Bednarik, who played for the Philadelphia Eagles in the 1960s. Actually, he retired right at about 1960, the last two-way player.
This is erased immediately. Knocked down Asalemo Sila, one of the guys in there for the Gubs. Asalemo Sila, the brother of Fo'i Sila, number 90 on this team.
What a luxury to have 2 brothers that big and physical on your line, on your defense.
Bloodlines run deep in that Kalihi community. Likes of Taumuas, the Fa'amasinos, the Pehokus, who have been through that program as well. Here's Jerk Valdez. And Valdez been so great this season and made the most of his minutes after it was kind of taken away from him because of injuries. For the time that he has been in, he's been outstanding. Now the running game becoming a little bit more of a threat now. Here for this Farrington defense. This is third down. 2 for 7 in this department. And they'll give it to Jurek Valdez. Trying to lean forward, and he will get the first down. Rotokoni Fo'i Sila makes a stop. A quick moving third quarter here. This is the kind of tempo that Waianae likes.
And Waianae got deep into Farrington territory and was turned back with a goal line stand. Now another great opportunity for them.
Bobbled at the line. Here's a handoff that gets blown up. Finau Walter Sila and company able to make the tackle on Valdez.
A low snap, and how many times we've seen several problems with low snaps and balls on the ground for Waianae, especially with that center shotgun snap.
King Eagles' field goal range is 41 yards, but they've only utilized him in situations very few. The flag is down.
Encroachment on the defense, number 52. 5-yard penalty, main second down.
Oh, Inch it a little bit closer. This is the second drive of this third quarter that has started in Farrington territory. Big 62-yard return from Javen Town. They took it inside the 5. Came up empty. Waianae 201 total yards of offense now. Ambrosio, the motion man, handoff Valdez. And Valdez is going to be near the first down stick, flirting with the 20-yard line. For decades, this has been the recipe, and when Walter Young took over, sort of wondered what kind of offense they would run. He said, we're not going to change anything. We do the same thing with our JV program. Coach mentioned it in our JV championship game. They run the same, similar wing T, allows for an easier transition for these varsity guys to go up. And Waianae using it pretty effectively here in this third quarter. Another bobble at the line. They'll unpeel the bodies. Who comes up with it? Farrington football.
Wow, what a big play for Farrington. Again, Waianae had a 3rd and inches in that situation, and a fumbled snap, or if not a fumbled snap, a botched handoff. It was a bad exchange from the center and from the quarterback, a botched handoff. Wow.
Fumble recovery for Anson Fa'amasino, his 2nd of the season. Just past the 20-yard line. 3:36 remaining. And here is Fa'amatau trying to dart his way further up the field. Noah Kealoha was grabbing him by his waist. And Fa'amatau, so tough to take down. 193 pounds. He has bulked up about 20 since last season. But his leg strength, he's outstanding.
He's going to be incredible next season. You know, you talk about the best running backs in the state, and obviously Vai Malipiai is #1, and you'd have to say Wayne Talapapa #2. Challen Fa'amatau, I would put him at #3, and he is an underclassman. Next year, he will be the top and returning running back in the state.
2nd down and short. And here's Fa'amatau again, and he has stood up and pushed back. Micah Atuatasi, Brandon Hattori able to lead the charge.
That time, the offensive line just got beat. Big bodies led by big number 76, 6'2", 350-pound Micah Atuatasi. A tower of power in the middle on that play.
350 pounds, 6'2".
That is your prototype nose tackle.
No gain for Fa'amatau. 3rd and short. Here's a first down. Fa'amatau cutting his way upfield to the 42. Another big gain here.
He's just fun to watch. Look at the shake, the wiggle, the power, balance, strength. He has it all. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. Another off season of weight training and running and bulking up. He will be scary.
Inside of 2 minutes. This is 1st and 10. Fa'amatau the back. Again, able to lean forward. He will get maybe 3 depending on this spot. And again, what does go overlooked with Fa'amatau's numbers, as he'll get maybe around 137 up until that carry. It's just that the offensive line has been doing the majority of the work. Guys who have been banged up throughout the year have played with injuries, some of them season-ending. They've had to be shifted around. And a flag is down. Enterprise scores around town This is a final. Lahaina Luna defeats Kamehameha Maui, so the Lunas are into the state tournament, and our 6-team field is complete. We'll give you the brackets at the end of this third quarter for the Division II side of the state tournament,
Ball
so make sure you
start.
hang tight for that.
Offense, number 8. 5-yard penalty, main second down.
And what we haven't seen is another pass in the second half to Kingston Moses Sanchez, who was so dangerous in the first half.
And this is second down and long. We have no pass attempts for either teams here in this third. Until now, Tautolo. And Tautolo takes it to the 45. Gain of 5. So they get the penalty yards back with 3/4 of a minute remaining. Alexander Quijano makes the stop. He's been big, had a couple interceptions so far this season. Trying to get the signal from the sideline. Tautolo in motion. Third down. Raposa stepping up on the move. Sideline run. Raposa tiptoed the line and got the first down at the 47 of Waianae.
And that's what Raposa can bring to the table. We haven't even seen him do that much tonight. We haven't seen the scramble, but he is so quick and fleet-footed, and that time no D lineman was going to lay a glove on him.
12.7 remaining. Again, the end of the third quarter will reveal those Division II state brackets. Freedom Alualu coming in like a wrecking ball at the 40-yard line. Rudy J. Keopuhiva makes the tackle, and that'll be the final play of the third.
Whenever a big back runs the ball with reckless abandon, you love that. I mean, I just love that.
End of 3, 13-13. Okay, so with Lahaina Luna already into the state's big dance, let's give you the state tournament bracket here for Division II. Here's what it looks like. Kapa'a, the #1 seed, the winners from the KIF, they will take on Lahaina Luna or Kaimuki, the OIA Division II runners-up. On the opposite side, Konawaina, winners of the BIIF, will take on the ILH champions Damien, the winner to play Radford, who won their 8th OIA championship in school history last night over Kaimuki. Congratulations to Fred Solanoa. Blaze Manabe was huge in that game, our impact player. Terrific job from him, and for the Lunas making their 9th consecutive appearance into the state tournament. So that's what that picture looks like. We'll give you the D1 bracket when this game is over.
I can't wait to see those. That's going to be fun and exciting, too.
Now what Fred Solanoa and his crew has done, a perfect season, an OIA championship, but throughout the year, Kapa'a has been viewed as the favorites. Set the tone early for them with their win over Nanakuli. So it'll be interesting to see how that'll play out. Again, state tournament begins next Friday, November 6th. Okay. Of course, we'll take you all the way through the tournament on the Division I side. Saturday games for Division II on the 7th. Again, 5 spots have already been secured for Division I. We're 12 minutes away, potentially, from deciding that 6th and final team. Tied at 13. Raposa. And the left side of that line
Ball start.
just moved.
On the offense, number 59. 5-yard penalty, main second down.
They'll move it back. No points scored in that third quarter. 340 total yards of offense for the Govs. 204 for Waianae. Farrington's run 5 more plays, 41-36. Raposa trying to drop it back, and he is dropped. Jalen Gonzalez able to make the stop.
Jalen Gonzalez also there, number 9, Noah Kealoha. Both guys coming off of either edge Alu can't block two guys. Jalen Gonzalez has been big.
If that Jeremy played football for Kahuku in the 90s. Gonzalez, now at Waianae, making a name for himself as just a junior. Third and long, got rid. That's a backwards pass for Anakalea. It is a live football, still loose. Famatau trying to fight for it, and Waianae has it.
Another errant pass. Look, if you're going to run this play over and over, a backward pass, you better have this play down, because this is a dangerous pass, a dangerous play, and you got to make sure that you throw a ball that the guy can catch. Every single time they've thrown this backward pass, it's been a terrible pass, and the slot back has to jump in the air, and it's behind him, and it's high. It's a recipe for disaster. Big break here for Waianae.
Gonzalez comes up with the fumble recovery at the last second. And a handoff for Valdez to the 40-yard line. Been on field position and turnovers. Who can make the least amount of mistakes in this second half? Here are the Pizza Hut stats after 3.
Well, Waianae now in the red, from red to black in rushing yards at -10 going into the half. They now have 30. But again, Farrington 340 yards to 204, dominating the game. Waianae with 2 turnovers, but the game is tied.
This is a handoff for Royce Carrick. Carrick around the edge, going to be a couple yards shy of the first down. We're at the 36-yard line.
But credit Waianae, they are opportunistic. They scored on their first offensive play with a halfback pass. Even though they've gotten stopped a couple of times in the red zone, they have continued to stay the course. What we said at the outset of the beginning of the game, they have continued to do what they do.
Carrick, his 22nd rush attempt this season. Good for 4, 156 rushing yards now.
Timeout. Waianae, their first charge timeout at the half.
Every possession precious. 9:55 here to go in the fourth. 13-13.
At Pacific Honda, we believe in serving our customers.
That's why we have a comfortable indoor climate-controlled showroom.
With a great location and easy access.
All to make you happy.
Our service department is always here to help.
And to make your visit more convenient, we offer free Wi-Fi and internet service.
As well as a comfortable environment to relax in.
Our service technicians are Honda factory trained.
Because here at Pacific Honda, we want to make you
happy.
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 Pacific Honda, home of the happy Honda lovers.
Zippy's has been serving Hawaii's favorite foods for 49 years, and we're celebrating our anniversary by sending you to a San Francisco Pro Football game. It's Zippy's 49th anniversary giveaway. You and a friend can win a trip to the city by the bay and tickets to the Pro Football game between San Francisco and St. Louis. Enter to win at any Zippy's and enjoy these specials: spaghetti with garlic bread, chili plate, or oxtail-style turkey neck soup. Zippy's 49th anniversary giveaway. Enter today at Zippy's.
It's hot. It has been sweltering. And that guy's been doing some work over there. Still cheering him on. He's the only one standing, too. He's still into it. Approaching the 10 o'clock hour here on this Halloween Saturday. Third and short, handoff left side, Javen Town, accelerating. Touchdown.
Javentown, we've talked about Javentown, that he needs to get the ball in his hands more. Had 3 carries for 6 yards at halftime. Boy, this guy can motor. He can scoot.
36 yards. Another touchdown for Javentown, who's now rushed for a score in 9 of the last 10 games.
4 rushes, 40 yards now. This all-important extra point right here. Remember, the last extra point try was blocked.
It came across the right side of that line. Here is Tate Ebel. This is good. How quick the momentum can shift, and Javentown leads the way.
Javentown just kind of breaks it and bounces it outside. Great job by the offensive line sealing the defensive players inside. And Javentown, 4 carries for 40 yards now. Waianae on top. You know, you let a team hang around, even though if you can pile up as many yards as you want. But if you let a team hang around, sometimes they'll make a big play and they'll make you pay. So now at 9:47, Farrington needs to answer.
The Raposa's put up pretty good numbers through the air. 10 of 15, 202 yards, 2 touchdowns. We've seen Ana Kalea in there strictly just to hand the ball off.
Well, I'd like to see a pass to number 5, Moses Sanchez, Kingston Moses Sanchez, because he has been dynamic. 166 yards receiving, all in the first half. No catches here in the second half. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to get him involved early and often.
Squib kick, scooped up. Coney bobbled it, then picked it up, running backwards. Coney in trouble. This is a backwards pass. It's a live ball and still caught on the far sideline. Here is Josiah Ana Kalea, who gets clotheslined when up high and a flag is down.
Wow. That kind of reminded me of the Music City Miracle. I thought it was going to be the Milltown Miracle here. But first of all, Coney can't handle the ball, and then he runs backwards. Not sure if this is planned, but boy, that is.
During the return, block in the back, receiving team number 23, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Wow.
So the clothesline went unnoticed by the referees.
Trying to find the block in the back here. It's a heads-up play, though.
What a dangerous play for Farrington.
Yeah, there's Ana Kalea. And on this side of the return, right there, just the tail end of it on TJ Tautolo. First and 10, 25-yard line. Fa'amatau. And he'll be dragged back by Michael Atuatasi, one of the guys in there. Gain of 4.
And this is going to be 4-down territory for Farrington because they can't afford to punt the ball back and have Waianae just sit on the ball and kill the clock. So they're going to have to really come out with a great plan here.
Go back to that game against Kailua and what they did in that third quarter to control the clock for Waianae. Had the ball for nearly 11 minutes. Just continue to run the rock and watch the clock spin. Here is TJ Tautolo. Jalen Gonzalez makes the stop.
Tautolo now coming in, getting some quality carries. Boy, Alualu just blowing holes in the middle.
Him along with one of his best friends, Chalman Fa'amatau, split there. And one of those two guys shifted a little bit early.
Ball start. Number 13 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Fa'amatau leaving early.
Yep, right there. So, the 3rd and 2, it's the 3rd and 7. Farrington, not bad. And third down conversions, 5 for 10. They'll air it out. Chafin, bottom of your screen. Flag down.
Encroachment. On the offense, number 13, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
Wow.
That is a rare call. Usually what the officials will do is they will make eye contact with the receiver and they will tell him to get back and not call a penalty on them. Very surprising that they'd call a penalty in that situation, and that Faamatau is asking, you know, what do I have to do? Am I okay? Am I on the line?
3rd and 12 to the air and to the ground, and the ball is out. Still loose, and Brandon Hattori hopped on it and tried to save it, but Raposa ripped it away, and it's 4th down.
What a disastrous last 4 plays it has been. And there you go, when you hold the ball like that, and we talked about him holding the ball pretty loosey-goosey, that's exactly what can happen. And Brandon Hattori, boy, they are lucky to get this ball, and now they have to punt, obviously, 4th and forever. And you look at Hattori's numbers: 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and 5 tackles.
Kate Ambrosio back deep to return this. This is a huge drive coming up for Waianae to try and close it out with 7 minutes remaining. Got to take care of the snap first.
Delay a game. On the offense, number 17. Half the distance to the goal. Remains 4th down.
Oh my goodness, this is a comedy of errors.
And it's getting worse. It's going from bad to worse for the Governors here. And they are just self-destructing in every way, especially now on special teams.
Coney got to be careful with his feet. Scott Smith looking at the line. Coney, high punt, decent one. Carrick, fair catch called, and he brings it in at around the 31-yard line. Huge, huge drive now with 6:52 remaining.
If Farrington has any shot, they need a 3 and out. Anything else is not going to give them enough time. I was surprised on their last offensive possession, no pass attempts to Kingston Moses Sanchez. The guy has been a game breaker tonight, and you have not targeted him once in the second half.
And Waianae's ground attack, prominent here in this second half, had minus 10 yards rushing in the first 24 minutes. Until this point in the second half, 84 rushing yards. No pass attempts or receiving yards. 1st and 10, Valdez, and try and pry it loose here. And he'll gain 2 yards to the 30. And the stop made by Joey Ma'ai.
Waianae needs to get a couple of first downs to take the air out of the ball here. They don't need to pass the football. They can take their time, milk it with their 4-minute offense.
Officially a 2nd and 9. And this is caught by Carrick, and Carrick dragged by Fo'isila. And a couple players get tangled up, and a flag is out after Kelemete Lam-Sam got into it with one of the Sea Riders.
Could be offsetting.
This could be a huge, huge penalty.
After the play, personal foul on the offense, number 65. Personal foul on the defense, number 79. Those penalties offset, be 3rd down.
John Kapua and Kelemete Lam-Sam for Waianae and Farrington, respectively.
That's a big break for Farrington, even though they retaliated. If it was just on them, it'd be done.
Officials time, and we have John Kapua down, trying to stretch out a cramp in his right leg.
But more importantly, because he's down, John Kapua, he has to come out for a play.
He's been one of the anchors on that front 5. Again, the humidity has been nonstop throughout the night. After that dead ball offsetting personal foul calls. It'll bring up 3rd and 10. It's a huge, huge down for Waianae. All the penalties have added up for Waianae in that first half, but in the second half, Farrington, 18 penalties, 140 yards.
Even if they can gain 5 yards and maybe try a long field goal with Ibel to make it a 2-score game.
His long is 41. Hit that against Moanalua. August the 14th to start the OIA season. They got to take care of this possession for the Sea Riders. And Waianae's been in this situation before in OIA 3rd-place games. Lead at 2-0 over Farrington in this rivalry. 3rd down. Carrick in motion. Ulu play action. Time, chased, shot down the field. It is overthrown and incomplete. That's a great situation there for Farrington. You don't run the ball, no time ticks off the clock. It's 4th down.
5:41, still a lot of time. If they can hold them here, they will have a shot, another shot at it.
Jaron Ulu tonight, 7 for 11, 105 yards. A touchdown and an interception.
Look for Freeney and Maunga.
Timeout. Waianae. Second charge timeout at a half.
What will happen here when you come back? 4th and 10 for Waianae, 20-13.
Sorry we're late. Nate's still shopping for his auto insurance.
Wait, have you heard about Go Low?
Go low?
Go Low.
Go low?
Go Low.
Yeah, the Island Insurance Go Low auto policy. Rates start as low as $27 a month. Just the lowest rate to keep your car on the road. Nothing more, nothing less.
$27 a month? I should switch. You should call Island too.
Exclusively from Island Insurance. Call 643-4000 or visit islandinsurance.com.
So, you think you have all the right moves? Think again, because OC16 is set to show you the 2015 Mililani Trojan Band Fest. Saturday, November 7th, live at 5 p.m., the state's top high school marching bands combine music and movement in a competition setting you have to see to believe. From the large band category to the small, this will keep you entertained all night long, exclusively on OC16. Proudly brought to you by New City Nissan, Jack in the Box, and Shopo.
5:41 here to go. 4th quarter. Waianae leads 20-13. They're facing a 4th and 10. Farrington needing a huge defensive stand here to try and stay alive. Waianae down to just 1 timeout. Valdez the back. Ulu. Puts it up top, deep down the field. It is incomplete. Batted down. Intended for Ambrosio. They were stalking him out there. William Prescott, who had a shoulder injury in practice, did not start but comes in to help on the bat down.
What a big play by Prescott coming in. He's tall and rangy, and it's a great job.
That was Ryota Koni who was spying it out as well. So 1st and 10, 31-yard line. Here's Fa'amatau trying to establish the run again. He'll take a 4-yard bite. And Micah Tuatasi in on the stop.
Kingston Moses Sanchez needs to be a part of this comeback. He needs to be a part of this offensive attack.
He's at the top of your screen, guarded by Dayton Weber. Now another handoff with a flag down to Chalin Fa'amatau. And they'll kill the clock here with 5:03 remaining. And a lot of flags that we've seen so far. This will be the 28th combined, if accepted.
Block and below the waist on the defense. Number 9, 15-yard penalty, first down.
We have seen a bunch of those calls over the last 2 nights.
You know, I think what they should do is they should rephrase it when a defensive player does it. Okay, watch number 9 on the left side. Noah Kealoha. There's the lead block. You can't take out the legs of the lead block. The lead blocker, that's illegal.
Inside Waianae territory. Fa'amatau into the secondary. Fa'amatau dipping the shoulder. All the way to the 23-yard line. Gain of 24 first down yards.
The ball security by Fa'amatau, who had 2 fumbles earlier. Watch him as he gets into traffic. He holds the ball real high and tight.
Things building here for Farrington. Fa'amatau again. Trying to come across the left side, but he is shut down. Micah Atuatasi one more time.
Atuatasi has been immovable in the middle.
No gain there. 24 carries, 172 rushing yards for Chalin Fa'amatau. The 10th 100-yard rushing game in his career. 2 years of varsity ball. 4 minutes to play. Fa'amatau plowing forward again. The game plan is simply there in front of Waianae. It's a matter of how you're going to stop him. And for Farrington, they have all 3 of their timeouts. 3rd down. Fa'amatau leaking forward, and Fa'amatau gets upended near the first down stick. Quijano makes a stop.
And it looks like it's going to be a first down. And it is the spot. Look at the ability to cut back. Nice open field stop by Quijano.
Alualu will block in front of Fa'amatau, who lines up in the right slot. The fullback, Alualu. Alualu. Big boy rumbling inside the 10. Noah Kealoha and Dane Evangelista makes a stop.
Alualu, just a truck. 264-pound fullback.
3 minutes to go. Handoff, Fa'amatau, touchdown.
Interesting decision here. That was a great drive by Farrington with the kicking woes that they have had. Do you attempt to kick it? Do you bring out Walter Finau, or do you go for the win?
Fa'amatau 190 yards. Chafin will hold it as they will go for the tie, and Raposa was knocked in an extra point earlier tonight. This to tie it up at 20. Got it down and to the right. No good. Wow.
2:54 left. Not a lot of time. It's time to think about an onside kick in this situation. If it was 3:54, you say kick it deep and try to get a 3 and out. 2:54, that's tough. You don't have a lot of kickers.
Just shanked to the right. It's an interesting decision to have Bishop Raposa kick the extra point. Finau Walters hit 5. Freedom Alualu has hit 8 this season.
I think in that situation, you go for the win. You've got Fa'amatau, who has led you down the field. You got, you can throw a quick slant to Kingston Moses Sanchez. Yes, it's easy to sit up here and say we should have done this and you should have done that. But with the kicking woes that they have had, to put it all on your kicker in that situation is so tough when you just march down the field on a long drive. And Fa'amatau was the main guy.
Hands team on the field for Waianae. Walter will kick it straight away, and a flag is down right at the kick. This will be the 19th penalty against Farrington this evening.
Encroachment on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Free kick will be from the 35-yard line.
That'll move it back.
It's been a long night. It's a hot night.
We'll try and tee it up again. Cade Ambrosio is the only guy back here for the Sea Riders. Still with 3 timeouts for Farrington, a lot of time remaining. And they'll send the guy back deep to help out. Ambrosio caught it on the run inside the 20, and he'll just do the smart thing, just jog out of bounds to maintain possession. And then a couple of players get into it. Kingsley Moses Sanchez and Dayton Weber had some words to say.
No flag.
Cooler heads prevail. All right, 2:51 here to go. We saw Farrington do a great job stopping Waianae around the 30-yard line. Now with 3 timeouts, seconds are precious.
And it's not like there's so few time that Waianae can take a knee or anything. They have to run some plays. They have to hand it off here, and that can be dangerous.
Freeney hops off the field before the huddle breaks. Just 2 pass attempts for Waianae in the second half. It's been all runs. Here's the first one to the 31-yard line. Pretty good gain of 4. Taumua and Ma'ai make the stop. Tick, 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 tick. 2.5 to go now. Farrington has made it to the last 4 straight state tournaments. Waianae hasn't even sniffed it since 2010. Town is the back. Gonna milk out every single second. Here is Javen Town, and Town plowing forward. We'll get to around the 35-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and a couple coming up. Still not going to use the timeouts here with 2 minutes to go.
You know, I think at this point with under 2 minutes, this is a great time to use one of your timeouts. You still got 2 left. That's a lot of time going off the clock here. You have to guarantee stop them right here.
Town the back. Here he is. Town stopped. Right back at the line of scrimmage. Okimoto on the field calling the timeout now. It'll bring a 4th down and short. We have Andrew Anecki at the bottom of that pile.
Minute 29.
Did the ball pop out? That was pointing as if they recovered it. They're going to roll it 4th down here after the forward progress was stopped. So now it's 4th down.
Timeout. Farrington, their first charge timeout at the half.
1:29 left. Timeout for Farrington. Down by 1. 4th quarter. A berth in the state tournament at stake.
And again, important thing to note here, it's a 1-point game, but the kicking woes have been felt throughout the season for Farrington. Again, they utilized 7 different place kickers this season. So we'll see how they'll play out if they do, in fact, get the ball back here. this 4th and 2. D2 bracket for the state tournament looks like this. Kapa'a and Radford get a first-round bye. Kapa'a the 1 seed, Radford the 2. The Rams will play either Konawaina or Damien. Lahaina, Luna, and Kaimuki will fight it out to fight Kapa'a in the semifinal rounds. We'll give you the Division II and Division I state championships November the 20th. D2 title game at 4:30 p.m. It has been a weird night. Waianae has been gutsy. This is 4th and 2. Makana Gonzalez is back to punt it. Here he is. Helicopter kick. And Fa'amatau just watches it sail by as it dies down at the 25-yard line. Punt of 40, 78 seconds to go. What could be the final drive of the night for the Govs.
Great, great punt. Waianae special teams stepping up big right there, especially because their offense couldn't muster anything. The defense of Farrington doing a great job. Leading rusher tonight for Waianae is Jurek Valdez with 50 yards rushing.
No pass attempts in this second half for Farrington. That's going to change. Raposa. Time. Pressured from behind. Still on the move. And he'll take it to the 30-yard line. He'll gain 5. Milo and Hattori make the stop.
Heads up play by Raposa. They need to hurry, though.
A minute to go. 2 timeouts still remaining here for Farrington. Alualu now the back. They shift to the left. They put it up top. Look out. Brain camps it. It is batted down after a great effort from Fa'amatau to knock it down.
That play was all Fa'amatau. The ball was hanging in the air. Raposa with Alualu as his lead blocker lets it fly. This was an interception waiting to happen, but what a heads-up play by Fa'amatau, turning into the DB and breaking up the pass.
50 seconds to go. Got to get the first down. This is incomplete. Intended for Tautolo. And it's 4th and 5 coming up for Farrington.
Very, very tough ball to catch.
This is it right here. To try and keep their season alive.
45 seconds left.
Pressure comes. Raposa rolls out. This is to the sideline. A flag is down. This is caught by Chafin at around the 39. And this penalty is going to go against Farrington. Chafin made a huge catch. All for naught.
Holding on the offense, number 4. 10-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
Right there, you briefly saw it on Alualu. And the hold is going to take this one deep. To the 15-yard line. Got to gain 20 here to keep the drive alive and keep your season alive. Fa'amatau right slot. 5-man rush. Raposa pumps, spun away. He's on the move. Got to get a first down. Gonna be short here. Well short. And Waianae takes over. What a turnaround.
So here it is, 4th down. Raposa does a great job of getting out of trouble, but he's got to know this is 4th down. There is no other time. You can't run out of bounds short of the first down on 4th down with 32 seconds left in the game. And unfortunately for Farrington, this game got away from them. But boy, Waianae came up big when they had to. They made the plays when they had to. And they are going, barring a Joe Pisarcik type miracle in the Meadowlands play, they are going to the state tournament.
Farrington trying to creep forward just to try and force some kind of fumble. Timeout call by the Governors.
Timeout, Farrington. Second charge timeout at a half.
What is tough sometimes for young quarterbacks in those situations, because the down markers are on the opposite side, sometimes in your peripheral you just see that gold stick, and for Raposa had a little bit more room to operate with, but thought he would step out of bounds, and for him it was just a little bit short. But then again, it goes back to that huge penalty that took it back even further, and Waianae is 28.9 away from their first state tournament appearance since 2010. What a game here. One that seemingly
20-19.
One that seemingly was dominated by Farrington in that first half. But 20 penalties for 161 yards did them in. Well, it's second down here. And 11. Still a timeout in the pocket for Farrington. They try to leap over again. And Ulu's going to get a little upset, and there's the flag after the end of it. Now the coach is going to try and separate these players. And another flag is tossed after some words were said. And this is all just frustration here for Farrington. And the officials are trying to get all the players and the coaches back to the sideline.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, number 33, 15-yard penalty. Personal foul, number 28 of the defense. After this in the goal, be first down.
It's on Finau Walter and William Prescott.
Timeout, Farrington. Their third and final timeout at the half.
24 seconds remaining. Sort of recap Waianae's season. Team that lost their first game again to Kamehameha. 33-13, rallied off 6 straight victories and then got humbled a bit after all the build-up, undefeated versus undefeated in the OIA regular season finale against Kahuku. Lost that one 30-0. Bounced back with a big 15-point victory over Kailua. And then lost to Mililani 45-20. But here tonight, they can ride some big momentum, barring some unusual play here in the final 24.6. You ride some momentum into the state tournament. And don't forget, we're going to reveal those Division I brackets when this game is over. We've already given you the Division II side. This was just the final piece to that puzzle, and we're less than 25 seconds away from completing it. Jaron Ulu tonight, 7 for 12, 105 yards and a touchdown. It has really been a complete team effort, but Isaiah Freeney, 3 catches, 143 yards and a score. And the first touchdown of the game. He was gigantic just in that first half alone to keep him in it. Flag is down. Get an encroachment here.
Encroachment on the defense, number 52. After this is a goal, makes first down.
He's moving it forward right at the 2-yard line. Ulu there.
Waianae in victory formation.
And Ryota Koni is going to get called for this foul. He just came in and delivered a shoulder. Now the officials maybe have to sort of sense the tone of this game.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, number 17. Second down.
So move it to the 1-yard line. And just right there. Just cleaned out John McFall. And Randall Okimoto. Can they talk about that Code of Champions policy that they have at all sports? I'll take that knee, and the final seconds will tick off the clock. And for the first time since 2010, Waianae head into the state tournament. 20-19. And Walter Young extremely upset at his players.
Yeah, he wants his guys not to hang out and hug and after the game because, you know, there was tempers flying, so he wants them all on one side.
Cooler heads prevail, and Waianae head into the state tournament for the first time since 2010.
Hello, Hawaii. Tanari Ma'afala, president of Shopo. Synonymous with what we as police officers do daily, Shopo 2 has once again gone above and beyond the call of duty in support of our